Hello. I was a very chubby little gay boy as a child. I still am a chubby little gay boy. But I wasn't in the least bit interested in sport. I was terrified of footballs. Literally the sound of someone kicking a ball made me afraid. When the other boys played football, I would hide and read. When our school went out for nature walks in the forest, my teacher would always tell me off for walking so slowly and holding everyone else up. When I was 8, our class went for swimming lessons together in the local pool. And all of us would hold on to the edge and kick, and I could do that. And then, gradually, everyone would let go and float and swim. I didn't let go. And after 6 weeks of lessons, I was still holding on to the edge while everyone else was swimming up and down. And the following year, when I was 9, I was with all the 8-year-olds holding on to the edge. And all the 8-year-olds let go, and I was still holding on. And the year later, when I was 10, they decided it wasn't worth sending me to swimming lessons. So I stayed in school with all the 5- and 6-year-olds, and I read, which was way better anyway. And I stayed not a sporty guy throughout my teens and my 20s. But when I was 31 in 2012, and I weighed 26 stone, I decided I was going to learn how to run. And so I downloaded the Couch to 5K app. And I was afraid to be seen running. I was used to people calling me names on the street. So I used to go out for my runs at 2 a.m. or 3 a.m. And I definitely shouldn't have been running. My body wasn't ready for it at all. After about 90 seconds, my chest would start, I had such pains in my chest. I used to get such friction burns in my thighs, my armpits, my arse cheeks. The next day would be all blood and pseudo-cream. It was not nice. But I kept going. And I ran 5 kilometres. I was very proud of myself, told all my friends, yeah. Well, it gets better, you guys. Because I told one of my friends, and he's a proper runner, not like me, and he was like, right, we're going to sign you up for 5K. Now that you've done it, you can do it for real. But we couldn't find a 5K, so he signed me up for an 8K fun run. It wasn't fun. And my friend Dara and I, so we were standing there at the starting line, we started running together. He knew I was going to be slow, but I don't think he knew just how slow I was going to be. I knew my pace. I could do a kilometre in 9 minutes and 41 seconds. He was trying to run alongside me, but to be honest, I was running at the speed he walked at. So he was doing kind of a hoppity jig beside me to try and keep pace with me. After about a kilometre, he asked me, you need to stop, your face has gone red, you're panting, you can't talk. And I was like, I can't stop. If I stop, I won't finish. So I kept on running. And he tried to make conversation, but I just couldn't. So kept running. And we got to the halfway point, and there was a table with cups of water. And there were some little boys from the local estate giving out the water. And one of them looked at me and said, "Mister, you're too fat to run." Well, fuck you, little boy. I kept on going. And my friend Dara grabbed 2 of the cups of water, one for him and one for me. He tried to give me the water, and I was like, I can't drink water, I have to run. So I kept on going. And we passed the 5 kilometre marker. And at the 5 kilometre marker, at this stage, we'd fallen well to the back of the pack. There were some disabled walkers who'd overtaken us. We got to the 6 kilometre marker, except we didn't, because the race organisers started dismantling the markers. But I was still going, and all the racers were passing us, fully dressed with their medals, cheering me on. And I kept my head down. I went through the blisters and the bloods and the chafing and the horror. And as I got to that 8 kilometre line, I saw the finishing line. The big clock had been switched off. I wasn't going to get a medal. But my friend Paula was at the finishing line waiting for me, and when the race organisers tried to dismantle it, she'd said, "No, you have to leave it up for Connor," because the stakes were high. And I got to cross that finishing line. I got to run my 8 kilometres. And you know what? I'm a runner. You can be whoever the fuck you want. Thank you.